How do we connect with other humans? Through storytelling, shared experiences. So I've chosen to tell my story because I believe that human connection is one of the most powerful experiences one has. I've chosen to do it with the new Audi A4 and Audi Connect because, despite the word connect being in the actual name, we've come to a point where cars help connect people. It might sound a bit pie in the sky, but you'll see what I mean. So let's start with my story, which is, of course, a very personal one. So I've never felt particularly maternal, and I've never really wanted to bear my own children. And there's a lot of shame and confusion that I've felt for so many years about that, because as women, we're not only expected to reproduce, but to want to reproduce. And I think there are many women who probably feel the same way as I do, but you just never know how to speak about it or connect to somebody who isn't necessarily feeling the same way as you are. What I have wanted to do is raise a child, and it's hard to explain it to anybody who maybe hasn't wanted to bear their own children. But in essence, I want to love a child with every ounce of my being, and I want to experience life with a child that isn't just necessarily reserved for my husband and friends and family. I want to impart my wisdom upon them and bring them up to be incredible human beings that are not only feeling the fierce love that I hope that they get to feel, but also to become people in this world that can take that forward and sort of carry on the legacy, if you will. Not mine, but theirs. So here I am, paper pregnant, on a waiting list, waiting for a journey that will undoubtedly change my life in the best way possible. And I think what it comes down to is, regardless of whether you're a biological mom, a birth mom, an adoptive mom, whatever the words want to use, stepmom, parent, dad, anything, the connection between a parent, mother, father, and child is undeniable. And I can't wait to experience that. Why am I telling you the story? Because with Audi and the launch of Audi Connect, I am able to help a charity that is very close to my heart. Some people are just born to be nurturers, and Atlantic Hope is a home whereby the most incredible angels on earth are taking in babies to nurture. For obvious reasons, I want to help where I can, and Audi is helping me to do just that. I've got a whole boot filled with all things babies, and I'm hoping this goes a long way in helping these wonderful people provide all the love that they can without having to worry about bum cream.
The connection starts with a bond. Yeah. And a bond is a very beautiful and unique thing.
Yeah.
And a bond can start, we often get told to go to hospital, they're going to discharge a baby. And it can start the moment you see that baby. They take you to the back and they're different cribs. And there'll be a surname. And they say, well, that's baby. And they give you the surname. And you look at this little child and you think, oh, and you feel an instant connection. And then it can also happen later on, where you're feeding the baby, or the baby's sick and you're looking after the baby, and then you connect with the baby on a very high level. And so that's basically how it happens to me and to the carers. I've seen it time and time again.
Such a beautiful thing that you guys do, and you often the first connection after the mom.
That's it.
And it's such an honor and such a responsibility. So how do you navigate that, going, okay, I've got to be sort of mom number two?
To be able to care for a child is just so beautiful and so wholesome.
Yeah.
And so we feel so privileged as a group of carers and me as a safety mom. And because the facility is only 6 babies at one given time, we're so fortunate that we can give them almost one-on-one care. So that helps us a lot.
Yeah.
And we are able to stimulate them. We're able to take care of their needs. We're able to take volunteers come and able to take them for walks. Yeah.
And then also your carers, they also become such an integral part. They are huge. They are the part of this. They are the running machine, aren't they? That keep it all going.
They are the backbone
Yeah.
of the care that happens here. And we are so blessed at Atlantic Hope that we have carers really that have been up with us for years and years and years. And they're just this little tribe of beautiful women. And they always say, it takes a village to raise a child. And we have this particular little village here, and we have the extended village of the volunteers and the community and other communities.
And this question wasn't in it, but just out of interest, is it quite a process to then, when the baby is handed over to their home forever, have gotten used to that? Or is it just every time a little part of you goes with?
Every time a little part of me and us goes with.
Yes.
And the absolute beautiful thing about passing on that connection is that a childless couple will walk in here and you hand that baby over, and I've felt it and I've seen it over and over again. The world just stands still for me, for the carers, for the couple. And a childless couple become a family in front of your very own eyes.
Wow.
So that's why
such a privilege, actually.
It's such a privilege, and that's why they often refer to us as the very bubble of hope.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I think this has been the best interview I've ever done.